As part of this section, we are going to see what refs are, okay, and how we can use refs to build components. So inside our examples directory, I'm going to create another file, ref example.tsx. Okay, and I'm going to use the necessary classes. And I'm going to create our class. And I'm going to extend this with component. Okay, we are not going to use props here. We are going to have the render, and inside render we are going to have an element. Okay, this time this is going to be a single div. Now inside this div we are going to have a label, and then we are going to have a button. Okay, and I'm going to name this button as latest time. Okay, and here we have the current time label. Okay, and to use refs, so here we are going to initialize this with as time ref. Okay, and this is going to be ref object. This is the one, and I'm initializing this with type any. Okay, and then we are going to have a constructor. Inside the constructor we are going to call the super. Okay, and the super expects an argument, so props I'm passing as any, and then I'm passing that iprops as argument for super, and then I'm initializing this dot time ref equals react dot create ref. This is a function. Okay, and then this ref I'm going to use for this label. Okay, ref equals this dot time ref. Okay, and the idea is we have this button here, latest time. So when we click on this latest time button, this label should print the latest time. Okay, when we load the screen for the first time, this will show current time label. Okay, but after that, when we press this latest time button, this should display the latest time. Okay, so in order to make this button work, we have to use or create a new method, and that is going to be latest time button handler. Okay, event any, and as usual I'm going to call prevent default for this method, and then inside this latest time button handler I'm going to call this dot time ref dot current. Okay, so this time ref is now going to have reference for this label element. Okay, and when we call this current, so that means this will return the latest state of this label element. And now on this current I'm going to call inner text and equals to, that means I'm going to pass in a new value here, and that is going to be new date dot to UTC string. Okay, let's save this, and Let's refer this ref example to index.tsx. Okay, again I'm commenting this out, and here I'm going to use ref example. Okay, again this form example becomes redundant here, so I'm going to comment out. Okay, coming back to the browser, see, we have the current time as the label, and we have the latest time button. Now when we click on this latest time, nothing happened. Okay, I got it. So the reason is we have not used this method here, so we have to bind this. I'm sorry about that mistake. This is going to be on click event, and we have to pass this dot latest time button handler, and also we need to bind this here. Okay, now let's come here to the screen. Let's click on this latest time. See, Thursday, 6th August 2020. This is the time when we recording this session. Okay, again we click on this latest time. See, this has changed. Every second it is updating. See, now it became 43. Okay, all right. So the idea behind using ref is accessing an element inside the component. Okay, and the purpose behind this ref is to address the DOM element reference issue. Okay, since React uses virtual DOM, and that's the reason the DOM elements, don't work as expected, just the way it works in any simple HTML page. Okay, in React, if we call document.getElement by ID, okay, there are fair amount of chances that may not return a valid data. Okay, because React is not using the regular DOM. Okay, it is using a virtual DOM. It has entire different technology underneath the React's layer. Okay, so that's the reason when we have to access a certain section of the UI or the component, we have to use refs. Okay, and this is the process of using refs. First we need to declare a variable, and then we need to initialize that variable with create ref of React class. Okay, and then whichever element we are going to use it for, in that element we are going to call this ref. Okay, and in order to access this ref, we can access like this inside the same component. This .timeref.current, this is going to return us the latest element, label element, and that for label element we were calling inner text, and as part of the inner text we were passing this data, new date .to_UTC string. Okay, so this is what we are seeing here, latest time. I reload the page, it comes back to the first screen again, then I click on latest time, then it prints the latest time. Okay, so this is all we have for ref.